I saw the first episode of Demon Slayer Season 3. Yeah, the Swordsmith Village arc, and once you watch this first episode, if you haven't read the manga, which, let's be honest, most of the audience has not read the manga. For people who have, for some reason, that's super shocking. But once you actually watch this episode, you realize, why is it called the Swordsmith Village arc? It has to do with them going to a swordsmith village, the village where they make the swords. If you remember last time, yeah, Tanjiro needs a new sword. So there you go. If that's really a spoiler, if we're going straight into this video and you're gonna say that, oh my gosh, you spoiled everything because you told us what Swordsmith Village means. Yeah, anyway, now you know. So I watched this episode. How did I watch this episode early? I watched it in the movie theaters because that's literally what they're doing. This anime makes so much money that they're like, you know what? Instead of releasing this just for everybody to watch, we're putting it in the movie theaters and we're going to make everybody wait. You have to pay to see this episode. And it worked for me. So I did pay and I did watch this episode. I literally said in my video when this announcement first came out, I said it's only one episode. And there are 2 episodes from the previous arc ahead of this. And people say, well, you're acting like that's a bad thing. I mean, they said that the episode is about an hour long. Well, is it though? So when I watched this and I finished it, the people in the movie theater with me actually started laughing. And then I started laughing because we're like, wow, we paid, we paid to watch basically one episode. It did not feel like an hour at all. We just watched that episode and we were like, it felt basically like the same amount as any episode would. I would say perhaps maybe it's about like 40 minutes, but if it's really that long, it's because of all the slow motion shots. There's a bunch of animation in this episode that clearly is there just to make it feel longer. And so once your mind processes that, it doesn't actually feel longer because you're just waiting. Okay, when is this going to actually start? The opening entrance scene takes so long that I started laughing and I was going to be like, this is literally half the episode. Half the episode is just all the animation going into just the title sequence. It was pretty funny. However, this episode is a good episode. Very good. The animation is obviously good. This is movie quality animation. I'm really won't be surprised if the entire arc is going to be movie quality animation. The last arc was as well. There's really nothing to say about this episode that really is much of a spoiler. We get to see in the beginning the Upper Moon demons meeting with each other where Muzan lives. And that's pretty much the same thing we saw last time with the demons that were not upper ranked, where Muzan kind of slaughtered them. This time, are we going to see him slaughter all the upper ranks? Well, you have to wait and see for that. I'm not going to tell you that. But anyway, we get to see the upper rank demons, and we get to see kind of how interesting their relationships are with each other. I found that really interesting how it was done in this anime. And then we get to Tanjiro. There's a scene where Tanjiro's first scene where you're like, what is going on? And then you realize, oh, it's that okay, this is happening with this. Okay, I'm really trying hard not to spoil things, even though it's really not a big spoiler. However, the episode basically deals with Tanjiro needs a new sword, so he goes to the swordsmith village. Then he sees 2 Hashira plus 1 other character, and there's a hot spring. And it's one of those, the hot spring episode, the characters get naked and they get in the hot spring. Every anime has that. And that's pretty much what it is. There isn't much in this episode. Like people say, well, it's a long episode. Is it though? I keep saying that. Is it though? Because it's literally, the length is mainly due to the cool animation scenes that they try to put in there. And it literally feels like they put that in there to just extend this episode out, just to have a reason to put it in the movie theaters. But it really does feel like a regular sized episode. Is the episode good? Of course it is. I don't think Demon Slayer's ever had a bad episode. But yeah, would I rate this as a 10 out of 10? Well, it was a pretty good episode, but there are plenty of episodes that are way better than this. However, it is a good start to the season. And for a starting episode, sure, we'll give it a 10 out of 10. Sure. However, was it worth paying to go see in the movie theaters? Probably not. But I did it anyway. But anyway, guys, none to fear. This episode will be out pretty soon for everybody else. Let me know what you guys think. My name's Konjic. I love you, and I'll talk to you in the next video.
And I can say that I'm great, yeah, I can say that I'm perfect. I ain't the one that was out here saving lives, I was purchased. Now we about to take you out if you try to act toxic. I'ma send you straight up to my main man, Konjic.